And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, as well as our engineer extraordinaire, Nick the Geek, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Well, thank you very much. The legendary John Bon Jovial. Welcome back, friends, to another The David Bowers Awards, the only show that is always an award show because all of our guests are award winners. And if they're not, they are once they're on the show. They're automatically an award winner. And we have picked up some new places where you can pick us up because we can now be heard on the Anchor podcast, the app for iOS or Android, as well as Spotify, TuneIn Radio, and Podcoin, the app that pays you to listen to podcasts, where you will hear some of the greatest indie music in the world, like this. Ava Koshi, known professionally as Ava Max. She's an American singer-songwriter, and her single Sweet But Psycho topped the charts in several countries. Her debut studio album has yet to be released. That is her just-released new single, Torn. That's Ava Max. And this is the show where every show is an award show and where you and our guests get to help us pick the award winners. No nominations, no naming panels, no phony voting, just simple awards. Somebody does something good or stupid, they get an award. Well, you got to do something. You can't just sit there. It's simple as that. So if you've got someone or some organization that you think deserves a music award, write us at david@TheDavidBowers.com. Put award in the subject line, and who knows? Tell us why you think they deserve an award, and maybe we'll bestow that award on them right here on the show. We want to shout out to our friends and listeners, especially our listeners up in Rochester, New York, where they listen to us through the courtesy of WRFZ FM 106.3. That's Rochester Free Radio. And we want to thank, where did Mary's name go? There it is, Mary Perry. She's an accredited disability representative in Rochester, New York, who underwrites the David Bowers Awards on WRFZ FM 106.3. Thank you so much, Mary Perry. Thank you to all our friends, fans, and listeners in Rochester, New York, and, of course, the crew over at the House of Guitars, Armand and Eric and everybody. We really appreciate you blasting the show out to the people of the city of Rochester. I'm not sure whether they appreciate it or not, but we do, and we enjoy knowing that the people of the city of Rochester are listening, as well as all our listeners around the world, and we've picked up so many in so many different countries. As a matter of fact, John, I think, John Bon Jovial, I sent you a copy of the latest list where we had picked up some more listeners, and I forget how many countries we're heard in around the world now, and with the addition of our new outsources there with Podcoin and the Anchor app, and of course now being on Spotify, we probably got 2 or 3 more listeners out there. How are things with John Bon Jovial?
Well, here in Camp Swampy, the humidity is up, the summer is happening, but then again, if you remember the old surfing movie, Endless Summer, that's pretty much what Florida is year-round, with the exception of maybe about a month and a half or so, but all in all, it's really not too bad. But what's going on here? Well, I got to tell you, there has been some changes in the radio market, the local radio market. One of the old longtime legendary rockers here, if you even want to call it that, has switched formats because they couldn't keep up with the
us?
They couldn't keep up with us. No, there is so much alternative media now that a lot of radio stations are having a very difficult time keeping on track. And actually, the most successful radio station in this market is WAVV-FM. It's an easy listening station of all things, and they're unique, and the reason why they are so successful is because the Naples and Fort Myers market is older. The median age here is like 56 years old, so the 34 to 64-year-old age demographic really is a monster for them, and they're doing well, but there's so many other radio stations here that are suffering. And it's because of the plethora of media that has just surrounded us on every scale, including podcasts like this.
Absolutely.
And the fact that we are now becoming even more widely known on Podcoin and Anchor and Spotify. I tell you what, kudos to us, kudos to you to getting it on there for us.
We have a salute this week. Our first The David Bowers Award of the week goes to someone from the desert, goes to a young lady that we've had on the show several times, and always a delight to talk to. Extremely talented young lady who has experimented throughout different genres. She's crossed genres from pop to rock to a little bit of not really hip-hop, but something that leans in that direction with a touch of R&B. And lately, she's even gone country pop. So she's shown her versatility. Her name, of course, is Jenny Johnson. Jenny, of course, has been on the show, as I said, a few times. She's got a new record coming out, and that'll be out shortly, and we hope to have a copy of that. But the reason we're saluting her here is because she has gotten a major accomplishment, a major achievement. She has signed to open for Lil Nas X at the Sandbox Music Festival, which will be held in Mesa, Arizona Sunday, September 29th. And we congratulate Jenny Johnson. That's going to be a big event for her. Many stars have really made their name opening for other stars, and we're wishing her the best. Congratulations, Jenny Johnson, on opening for Lil Nas X at the Sandbox Music Festival, Mesa, Arizona, September 29th. For those of you in the area at that time, want to get out there and check it out. Congratulations and best wishes to you, Jenny. Right now, we're going to move on real quickly to our first guest who's standing by and waiting to come in and talk to us. Young lady all the way from New Zealand. She'll be talking with us. It's wee hours in the morning. I think it's about, 6 o'clock in the morning out there. But she'll be joining us in just a couple of minutes, right after we listen to this, her current hit called Drive All Night. You have it. That's Drive All Night by Emme Lentino, singer-songwriter who's rapidly gaining popularity for her great music. I mean, catchy, listenable stuff that sticks in your head. And here she is to talk with us right now. Emme, come on in and say hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me, Dave and John. I'm thrilled to be on your show, and hello to listeners.
Welcome aboard. We're so happy to have you here. We were talking off there before the show that you are the first New Zealander that we've had on the show. We've had a couple of artists from Australia, but you're the first artist from New Zealand, which brings to mind a question, a quick little question. Are you a native? Are you what they call a Kiwi, or are you
A transplant.
A transplant. That's the word.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited because I'm